Hi all, welcome back to our English class. Today we can discuss in detail about his first flight by Lamb of Flaherty. We know that everybody has some potential in them. Some do not dare to showcase their talents because of lack of opportunity, lack of confidence, or lack of motivation, fear of failure. These all factors affect one's aim to achieve one goal. Who is the protagonist of our story? Yes, the young seagull. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. They showcased their talents and they done the job. He had been afraid to fly with them. He had taken a little run forward to the edge of the ledge and tried to flap his wings. He just tried to flap his wings, but he was afraid when he saw the vast sea under him. The sea was miles down. He thought his wings would not support him. This is showing his lack of confidence. So he ran back to the little hall under the ledge and he slept there at night. He went back to his hall and started to sleep. His brothers and sister had shorter wings than him. Even when he saw them running to the end of the ledge, flapping their wings and flying away, he did not have the courage to fly. His father and mother shouted at him, scolded him, and threatened to starve him, but he did not move. They all went to the another side of the ledge. What happened to him? This was yesterday. Since then, nobody had come to him the day before all day long. He had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister. They were teaching them the art of flight. They taught them to skim the waves and to dive for fish. He saw his older brother catching his first herring and eating it, standing on a rock. His parents were happy to see their son catching his first fish. They circled around, making a proud cackle. All the morning, the whole family had walked about on the big plateau on the opposite cliff, laughing at the cowardice of one of their members. Who is the cowardice here? Yes, our young seagull. The sun was now climbing the sky and it became very hot on the ledge. He felt the heat more because he had not eaten anything since yesterday night. He found a dried piece of mackerel's tail at the far end of the ledge. There was no food left. He had searched everywhere, even in the rough, dirt caked straw nest where he and his brothers and sister were hatched. He even tried to get something from the dried pieces of eggshell. It was like eating a part of himself. That's the pathetic situation of this young seagull. Then also, he was not trying to achieve his goal. He then ran back and forth from one end of the ledge to the other. He wanted to reach his parents without having to fly. Then also, he even not trying to fly. Without flying, he is trying another method to reach his father and mother. But at each side of him, the ledge ended in a sheer fall of precipice with the sea under it. Between him and his parents, there was the deep white crack. He wanted to reach his parents by walking towards them, but there was no ledge to walk on. The only way to reach them was flying to them. This was also a trick played by the parents. He stepped slowly out to the very end of the ledge. He stood on one leg, hiding the other leg under his wing. He closed one eye, then he closed the other eye. He pretended to be falling asleep, but his parents took no notice of him. He is trying to get the attention of the parents, but the parents are not noticing him. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. Only his mother was looking at him. Do you think that the young seagull's parents were cruel? Are you thinking like that? No, not at all. They are trying a trick to motivate their son. They wanted to teach him the importance of confidence and self reliance. One can't depend on his parents on his life or his livelihood. He should learn to find food for himself once he reaches a certain stage of his life. We see the mother hen pecking and driving away her chicks once they are grown. Sometimes your parents behave in the same manner, but it is not showing that they do not love you. Because they love you, that's why they are doing like this. She was standing on a high hump on the plateau. Her white dress was thrust forward. Now and again she tore at a piece of fish at her feet and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. The sight of the food maddened him because he was very hungry. He loved to tear food that way, scraping the beak to sharpen it. He made a low sound. His mother also made a similar sound and looked at him. His mother knew his strength and weaknesses. He cried ga ga ga, begging her to bring some food to him. She screamed back mockingly at him. She ridiculed him in return. He kept on making him sorrowful sounds and then suddenly uttered a joyful scream. His mother had picked up a piece of fish and was flying towards him. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer her. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted, her legs hanging limp, her wings motionless. The piece of fish was almost within the reach of his beak. He waited a moment, wondering why she is not coming nearer. Then, maddened by hunger, he dived at the fish. With a loud scream, he fell outwards and downwards into the space. His mother had scooped upwards. As he passed under her, he heard the sound of her wings were making. He was terrified for a moment, and his heart froze. He could hear nothing. It lasted only a moment. The next moment he felt his wings spreading outwards. He felt the wind under his stomach and against his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. He was not falling now. He was now flying. He was no longer afraid. He just felt a little dizzy. Then he flapped his wings and soared upwards. He made a joyful sound and flapped his wings again. He climbed higher. He raised his breast and banged against the wind. Ga ga ga. He cackled. His mother also made a sound and flew past him, her wings making a loud noise. He answered her with another shout of joy. Then his father flew over him screaming. Then he saw his brothers and sister flying around him, soaring and diving. He forgot he had not been able to fly. He started diving and soaring, making loud noises of joy. He was near the sea now, flying right over it. He saw the vast green sea under him. His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on this green floor in front of him. They were signaling to him, calling him. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. His legs sank into it. He screamed with fear and tried to rise again. Now he is flapping his wings. He was tired with the exercise. His feet sank into the sea. And then his belly touched it, and he sank no more. Now he knew the art of flying. He was floating on it. Around him, his family was screaming with joy, praising him, and they were offering him scraps of dogfish. He had made his first flight. What is the theme of this story? The theme of the story is building confidence and self-reliance in youngsters. What do you think is the real crisis faced by the young bird? The real crisis faced by the young bird is his lack of confidence and his fear of going out of the protective shelter of his home because his parents are protecting him. That's why he don't want to come out from that protective shell. Okay, thank you, children. If you have any doubt, call me. Meet you in the next class.